ended up with a debatable loss, but here he is with an opportunity against Antonio Moran, who's also coming off of a 10-month layoff, and he wants to make a name for himself after several consecutive wins since losing to Arnold Barboza in Tulsa in August of 2021.
Starting to see that maturity for Ortiz. Look at his body. Back big. I mean, he's solid. Look how solid he looks, like a welterweight, don't he?
He sure does.
My gosh. He don't look like a lightweight to me in there. Look at his legs too. Big old calves too.
But he looked emaciated yesterday at the weigh-in.
Exactly.
But the power of recovery, here he is.
Wow.
Nice left hook there from Ortiz. Puerto Rican and Dominican descent.
See, the brilliance with Ortiz is like, it's in his name. It's in his fight name. Technician. He is. He is. It should be actually tactician, because he can do a little bit of everything. He can pressure you. He can box from the outside. He can blitz you with combinations.
He can switch southpaw.
He can switch southpaw. He can do a little bit of everything in there. And he knows when to do it as well.
You'll have to overcome a 3-inch reach disadvantage against Tonio Moran, who has already landed a couple of right hands from the outside, but you see that quickness with a left counter from Ortiz.
Pick him up, Tony.
Moran, he's tough. He's tough. He's a veteran. And you see this right there.
Come on now. It was more the kidney shots than the holding, really.
Right. No, but Moran is tough. Good sound boxer. Can get aggressive with his offense. He's long, he's tall, has good punching power, tons of experience. He's gonna test Ortiz tonight.
You know what Moran's claim to fame is? And it's not a good claim.
What?
He was the last man to be stopped by Devin Haney. He was knocked out cold in May of 2019. That's the last knockout victory for the undisputed lightweight champion.
Yeah, but didn't he wasn't he like weight drain? I mean, he fights at 140.
He got slept.
But I'm just saying he fights at 140, and he came down to 135 with his age, with his experience, and then he got knocked out. The weight probably had a little bit to do with that. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, you signed the dotted line.
But I'm just saying, I get it, but I'm just saying.
He got knocked out.
Man.
That's it.
Devin Haney don't have that type of power, man. That's what I'm saying.
But don't tell Moran that. All right, you know what I am going to tell you?
What?
That Jermaine Ortiz had a fight against Humberto Galindo canceled. It was due to weight issues. He didn't make weight, but it was due to a back injury.
I had a lower back injury at first. It took a long time to heal because I couldn't find the root to it right away. Due to the last fight and my injury, it made me feel very down, truthfully, just because it was another fight at MSG in New York, close to home, where I had all my fan base coming through, and it was gonna be more of a redemption of getting a win at the MSG. I've really pushed the envelope on forcing myself to make it happen. And the whole situation, I was really pushing myself to go somewhere where I knew I should have called it off weeks prior. Listen, the weight issue was all due to the injury and not being able to train the same, and I didn't even get to go onto the scale. But this fight, I have no injuries and I'm 100% healthy. Tonight, you're gonna see the technician at work with another flawless performance.
Since that draw against Joseph Adorno where they exchanged knockdowns, he beat Nahir Albright, he beat Jamel Herring, he almost beat Vasily Lomachenko. I mean, this kid has talent and he just needs an opportunity. But you know, when you have a fight canceled for making weight, everybody assumes the worst. But now we know it was due to a back injury, that he shouldn't have taken the fight.
So they say. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know, you hear a lot of things in the fighter meetings. They tell you this, tell you that, and then things don't go well in the fight, and then the excuses start coming out.
Mark, no excuses, though, for Jermaine Ortiz.
It's exactly what I was saying before about it serves fighters well to communicate with the world. Listen, he didn't just blow weight last time. He had a bad back. By the way, he got the greatest compliment from Vasily Lomachenko, which is Ortiz knows boxing. But this fight Timmy, you noted before what he looks like, his back. They're fighting at 138 right now. I think it's pretty safe to say, realistically, his days as a lightweight are pretty much over, Ortiz.
He's ranked number 7 in the world by the WBC at lightweight. He would have been next in line had Edwin De Los Santos not taken the fight against Shakur Stevenson. And he told us in the fighter meetings, look, I couldn't fight tonight and just with 8 weeks notice fight Shakur Stevenson. That sounds like the animal you had up there.
Hey, fellas, I'm not saying that he'll never fight again at lightweight. If you gave him like a big shot like that, I'm sure he'd squeeze himself down. I just think in the long run, you know, you're looking at a 140-pounder here.
I'm going to tell you right now, I hear you, Mark, but I'm going to tell you right now that Edwin Dos Santos is no joke.
I agree.
I'm telling you right now. I think he's a tougher match, honestly. Not a tougher name, but a bigger name, but a tougher match than a Martin.
Athletic, southpaw, power in both hands.
Can box.
Yes.
Can brawl.
He's gonna test.
Can mix it up. I mean,
I'm excited for that fight now.
That's not an easy fight.
Oh, Jermaine just got hurt with a left hook from Moran.
Break clean.
What we say?
Break clean.
Let's see what type of recuperative powers he has.
He's breathing hard.
Let's see.
And if Moran sees it and sets up another left hook. You said he didn't have power.
No, I said Moran has power. I said he has power. He does. He has heavy hands. He's tough.
Ortiz recovering well here with 20 seconds left in round 2.
Look, you got to remember the long layoff, 11 months. That's a long time out of the ring for anybody. You know, these early rounds are dangerous for fighters that have been inactive.
I don't understand why referee Lee Rogers stepped in. Let's listen into Ortiz's corner for a moment.
Breathe.
That's only one round. It's a marathon, not a sprint, all right? I need your hands up. You caught you right over the top, all right? Need your hands up, out and then up in, all right? Everything off your jab, stay sharp, in and out, your feet flat. Get your feet moving, all right? In and out, move. And then let your combinations go. You let them walk up to you, punch in first, don't do that. Be first, even if you're just throwing a jab to make space.
Isaac Gonzalez, his trainer, saw exactly what we saw.
Just a nice little sweep around. In position, feet planted by Moran. Short little uppercut in the inside and a left hook right around.
Let's go, second.
50-50 exchange right there from both men. Moran getting the best part of that with that left hook.
And you see the irritation and inflammation under the right eye of Jermaine Ortiz, product of that solid left hook that Moran landed. When we open our ESPN broadcast at 9 p.m. local time, 10 p.m. Eastern, it'll be Emiliano, El General Fernando Vargas, getting his hands wrapped by his father as we speak inside the bowels of this building, where El Feroz sold out this place against Raymond Joval in 2005. So there's a family history of fighting in this building.
That's
Emiliano
so cool.
will open up the broadcast on ESPN.
That is so cool. Honestly, that is so cool. What a feeling right there from both father and son.
And what a feeling here with Ortiz and Moran starting to open up here in round number 3.
Now you're starting to see Ortiz. He switched to southpaw because he wants something different. And then Moran doing the right thing and cutting him off and going down to the body. See, everybody thinks that the only way you cut a fighter off is just by moving your legs and kind of corralling him in the corner. But you can cut a fighter off actually by throwing a shot to where he's going. And that's what you're seeing from Moran.
That's the experience of 35 professional fights, the anticipating where your opponent's going to be. That right hand lands solidly, and Ortiz has to tie up.
And you see, I like what Moran's doing is he always brings the pressure, but the first 4 rounds, especially when the guy's been out of the ring for 11 months, he's vulnerable. He hasn't been hit with 8-ounce gloves in 11 months. Think about that. You know, I'm pretty sure he blows up in weight because I did see him in between fights here around the arena, and I'm like, my gosh, how much you weigh? About 190? You're pretty big, young man. And so you got to tear all that weight down, and you get back into the ring, and you're not fighting at your optimum weight, and you're not going to be putting on the best performance. So 4 rounds it usually takes a fighter to get warmed up, get acclimated, get himself acclimated. So if you can take advantage of him early on, like Moran's doing, landing these hard shots, hey, be my guest.
Jermaine Ortiz said, look, I had trouble. Sometimes I would spar one day, then I'd have to take 3 days off to recover from that back injury. So sometimes you hear a guy, well, I was away for a year, but I was in the gym. That was not the case for Jermaine Ortiz as he trips up, loses his boot. That is so rare. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter lose his boot after getting stepped on inside there. It's going to take a minute for them to put him on because they have to untie the laces. Here's where it happened, Tim.
Oh, he didn't even step on his shoe.
Yeah, he did.
He just pulled back. Did he step on it?
No, he stepped on the outside part of the shoe. Look, the left foot, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the heel.
Yeah, that is a flat tire. That is a flat tire, yes.
But the way you tie the shoes, a lot of times there's tape on the shoelaces.
Yeah, but it's only around the shoelace. It's not around the actual shoe itself.
And these are like the 3/4 top. They're not the full high top. The Venom shoes here.
No, you pull the back down, that shoe can easily slide off. It doesn't matter how tight it is. It can slide off, especially if you have a little wiggle room. If fighters are like me, I have a little, like about a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch in my shoe. So
that's why you got the blisters against Manny Pacquiao.
No, it wasn't no blisters, big dog.
I know you tore
that was ligament damage, bro. Did a stupid thing thinking I'm Mike Tyson. Thinking he's gonna give me more power. I take my damn socks off. Before the last minute, I make the dumbest choice and took my socks off, bro. What was I thinking, man? Somebody should have slapped me, bro.
Somebody did need to slap you.
My gosh, bro. And I went in there and tore some dang ligaments on the bottom of my foot, man. Unreal.
Someone probably tried to slap you and you still did it, Tim.
Don't pull him down, Jermaine.
I'm blaming Mike Tyson on that, man.
Nice jab to the body for Jermaine Ortiz. He took a breather, too. Both guys get a little breather out of that, but... Oh, nice short right from Moran to close out the 3rd round here against Jermaine Ortiz as he digs to the chest of the fighter out of Rustamas.
Relax, breathe. What's your attention, sir? What's your attention?
Back in the fight, but I need your hands out. Don't let him walk up to you. Start jabbing, even if it's not a hard jab, nice and light. Do it before he even comes to you. Because then he's looking at that, then he gets desperate and swings wild, and you make a miss. After you land the combo, circles, get behind him or move. Don't stand in front, all right?
Jermaine has been throwing some illegal shots tonight, Tim.
A little frustration going on. Body shot right there, turns around. Yeah, just trying to take advantage. He's trying to take advantage of Moran being out of position right here. He didn't land that shot. If he would have landed that shot behind the head, the referee definitely would have stepped in and gave him a warning. But
yeah, he should have at least got a warning for the intent of trying to hit him.
He's doing anything he can to try to weaken Moran because he feels that power. He feels that power coming and that pressure coming.
But I just know that, you know, commissions especially are very wary of anything to the back of the neck. And that was an intentional shot that was trying to land. He also intended to land that double jab, and that stiff jab continues to just land just flush on the face of Moran.
Yeah, well, you know, back in the days, they realized that those rapid punches, because a lot of rapid punches were actually, they happened way back then in the beginning of the time, I would say, of boxing. But then they realized that those rapid punches are dangerous for the brain.
Yeah.
It damages the nervous system in the back. That brainstem sits right back there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
oh, nice combination, a left-right from the southpaw stance from Jermaine Ortiz.
Yep.
That's been the most solid shot that Ortiz has landed, and guess when it happens? In the 4th round, where you said that a fighter starts to get his sea legs again.
He's starting to get his sea legs, absolutely. And you're starting to see him starting to get in his rhythm now. And Moran now is going to have to reset himself because what was working before is no longer working.
You're telling me yesterday's price is not today's price?
It's not today's price, not this round. And the fight is scored round by round.
Nice right uppercut from Ortiz.
Round by round.
There's that short right. Now you see the speed, the crispness. You know, there's something about Ortiz. Maybe it was getting clipped last round that got him focused.
It's the 4th round, man. This is the round. I'm telling you, man. You got to get acclimated. Once you get acclimated, get in your rhythm, your fighter typically slows down around this time. He starts getting comfortable. You know, now you're going to be seeing the skills come out from Ortiz. He's flowing now, yes. And here, southpaw versus orthodox. You see Ortiz getting his foot on the outside and steps in with a combination. Both guys right now are positioned well together. Ortiz is getting pushed off his line right now, but now he's standing still. Double left hand right down, straight down the middle.
Oh, nice left hand once again from Ortiz.
So you draw a line between both these fighters. When they're standing directly in front, there's a 50-50 opportunity for both fighters to land, you know, and then, you know, it's all about positioning. It's all about getting in a position of where your opponent's not ready. Right there, you see, Moran wasn't ready for what was coming his way.
Now there's speed, now there's power on the punches of Jermaine Ortiz.
He's timing. Now he's timing Moran. Moran is coming straight in, trying to do the same thing he did a few rounds ago, but it's not working. Moran needs to get back on his jab. He needs to start attacking that body. Focus on that body to take the legs away of Ortiz. There you go. He must have heard me.
Excellent round for Jermaine Ortiz. Tonight's co-main event will be Xander Zaya stepping up to 10-round status against Roberto Valenzuela in the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry. Mark Kriegel's in the locker room with Xander.
Xander, you just had a birthday. You're 21 and you're a 4-year veteran. And I see you're old enough to drink. You're in a good mood?
I'm in a good mood, man. I'm here in Corpus Christi. I'm here to have fun and just to steal the show like I always do.
4 years in the game now. What's the biggest thing you've learned?
Have patience, stay true to myself, keep the circle small, and just keep having fun with it.
You're on TV tonight. You do have a big opportunity. What's the message you want to send? You're going against a tough veteran.
I want to send a message to the whole division. Xander's coming, and Xander's coming to take over the whole division.
Does this fight end in a knockout?
I don't want to predict anything. I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to get the victory, however it comes.
How will it come?
It doesn't matter.
Thank you, Xander. Bernardo, back to you.
Thank you very much. Mark Xander Zayas, a 4-year veteran at age 21, and the growth that we're seeing and that we expect to see from this young man who's stepping up to 10-round status, Tim.
I don't know about no veteran.
I know, right?
But, you know, yes. I'm so excited to see, you know, Xander Zayas get back into the ring. I missed him last time. I was at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, come on. Hey, just name dropping.
Hey, bro, I had to.
I was just chilling at the Hall of Fame.
I was at the Hall of Fame, getting my little ring. But I'm just going to tell you, you know, this is young. This is a promising young man. I think he has all the skill set. I think he has the skill set. I think he has the mindset also to go very far in this division in the game of boxing. So let's see how he looks tonight, man. He's matched tough tonight. I can tell you that. See a small little minor adjustment for Moran now. Now he's not just walking straight forward. Now he's trying to come in now behind one low guard, a lead low hand. I won't call it a Mayweather. I won't call it the Mayweather shoulder roll, but I'm just saying. Now both guards are low. And his main focus right now is the body. The body. That's his main focus.
Don't hold it. Stop. Stop.
You know, sometimes when you get in there in the ring and you got a guy that's, you got a fighter like Ortiz that's very athletic, you know, quick, agile, and you have a hard time hitting his head. You got to focus on one thing, and it can be hitting them to the chest or the body, the bigger target, because then that's what you do. You're going to slow him down eventually. He's going to stand in place, and he's going to be able to line up your shots.
Ooh, like that.
You see that?
That was a beautiful shot to the solar plexus from Moran.
He hurt with that shot. I'm letting you know right now. That's why he's running. And see, and that's the effectiveness from that punch. That's what the judges look for. They look for effective punching. And that's what you saw right there with that body shot. And they're looking at how fighters are reacting once they get hit.
Tim, you talk about impact on your opponent.
Yes.
That was a perfect example of that. And you see Moran digging downstairs, and you see how the elbows of Ortiz are tucked in.
Yes.
It's changed the fight completely here in this 5th round.
Yes, it is. So that meter now was into Ortiz's favor. Now that meter is going right over on Moran this round. And when I say the meter, that means the winning meter. He's either winning this fight closely, moderately, or he's winning this round, I would say, this round closely, moderately, or decisively.
Well, he's winning it from the southpaw stance to switching things up. And let's talk about Xander Zayas, because the middleweight prospect, ooh, as he gets hurt here, nice shot from Ortiz. And let's see if the bell can save Moran. He had the round until he didn't.
Until he didn't, my friend.
My goodness, what a flurry from Jermaine Ortiz. He came from the brink of being down to almost dropping Moran.
10-9 right there, Ortiz. No doubt about it.
You see Moran being tended to, but Tim, both guys hurt in this round. Let's take a look at the body shot first.
Look at this body shot. I told you the main focus got to be the body right here when you have a fleet-footed fighter, someone as athletic as Ortiz, and you see right there, nice body shot lands, and you saw the reaction from Ortiz, but look at this shot right here. Moran, he got a little bit overconfident. He was coming forward. He was looking for the attack. And I always say, what we always say, hey, a dead snake is a deadly snake, or a hurt snake is a deadly snake. And that's what you saw right there. Moran was coming forward, trying to get over, got a little bit overly aggressive, and got hit with a big shot on the way in. Double impact, and you saw his legs. He did the stanky leg dance after that, man. No joke right there. Wow.
My goodness, what a great shot, or a series of shots. It was a right and a left from Ortiz, and now he's digging to the body of Moran. I mean, you say fight to the bell, Tim, and that's exactly what Ortiz did to take that round away from Moran.
Yes.
Nice body shot again, and now he turns Moran around, and Ortiz lands a couple shots. Some of those behind the head, though.
And the referee didn't do anything. He just watched it unfold, and he'd say, hey, well, be careful, you know, from turning around, you know. Stop turning your back, or stop reaching around them and getting around them, and then, you know, hitting them while his back is turned.
If you're Moran, though, you got to go downstairs. If it worked for you in round 5, you got to find a way to get close enough to land on Jermaine Ortiz. But then when Ortiz earns your respect with a combination like he landed at the end of that 5th round, it makes you think before you step forward.
But Moran, he's definitely, he's still game. Eyes are wide open. It seems that he's recovered from that last round, getting hit with that big shot. You know, the one mistake I would say Ortiz did in this round is he didn't come out blazing. He should have came out blazing. Check this man's temperature. See if he has recovered. You allow him to sit back and think right now. Now he's recovering, and he's gonna build up steam, and he's gonna build up confidence, and he's gonna come on strong towards the end of this round.
I think Ortiz can be a little tired here just because of the fact that he's been off for 11 months, trying to catch a second wind.
It could be. I mean, he's taking this round off right now, seemingly taking it off. He's just looking to land clean punches at this moment, but
nice left, double left from Ortiz.
What he's doing is Ortiz now is looking to set him up. That's what he's doing. He wants to walk him in on another shot. It worked the last round. There it is. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He wants to walk him in. He knows that Moran is going to come forward. He understands that, and he's trying to anticipate it and catch him. Look at a nice little split on the nose right there that Ortiz has caused.
Yeah, I was just about to mention the fact that he started to trickle down.
See, one thing that the fans got to understand also is that's beautiful body work anyways, but fans got to understand that judges don't count damage. It's not like MMA where they count damage. You know, a single shot is a single shot. You know, and a guy might look terrible. He got messed up, but, you know, that doesn't matter. It's all about the punches that are landing, effective punches that are landing.
You see the left of Jermaine Ortiz once again landing, and now it's a right uppercut that stops Moran in his tracks, and now the power of Ortiz added to his skill.
Did you see the swivel jab at the end?
Crazy.
Nasty.
Let's take a look at some of the great action we've had between these two fighters. Both have been hurt.
I ain't gonna lie, this is some of the best matchmaking that I've seen in a very long time on this entire card so far, man. Moran came to fight. There's no doubt about it. But Ortiz, again, showing his athleticism, showing his ability in the ring. You know, having experience from being in the ring with Lomachenko and guys like that. You know, he's really showing his skill tonight against Moran, who's tough, who can punch. But then he catches him with this shot after a round that we thought that he was losing. The round. He kept his composure even while being hurt.
Yes.
And was able to find a way to hurt his man. Just great work, I believe, by both men. Great fight tonight. I can't wait to the next round, man. I'm excited, man. This is a really good fight that's turning out right now.
Yo, it's Mexican Independence Day weekend,
You
Tim.
already know.
You do not play.
So everybody bringing it today. That's what I'm talking about. Dang right.
Round 7 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Jermaine Ortiz in his return to the ring after giving Vasily Lomachenko all he could handle in October of 2022. Here we are, September 15th, and he's in the ring against a very game Antonio Moran, who hurt him in round 2, hurt him in round 5, but he's also been tagged several times, and now Moran is weary because Ortiz has found his rhythm, he's found his range, and he's found his power.
And watch this springboard left hand he about to catch him with. He gonna get, he looking for him to reach, and then he gonna get there. You see it?
He was setting it up.
He's trying to set it up, yeah. That's why he was moving that way. I saw it. That time it wasn't the right angle Ortiz was on.
To set up that up jab is Jermaine Ortiz. Jab from Moran, but you talk about that 6th round, a round where we thought he was taking off and he just turned it on at the right time.
Yes. That's experience. And you know, it's funny because he spoke to us in the fighter meet about when his fight against Lomachenko and how, you know, Lomachenko was able to adjust his energy. You know, midway he kind of let off the gas, and then towards the end he turned it on. That's experience. And I know what he was talking about because that's what Pacquiao was like. It was like you start off, he starts off quick, and then towards the midway point, it's like, okay, I'm here, and then he starts pouring it on, and I'm like, damn, I'm tired. It took me this, I had to fight harder than I ever had to fight the first 6 rounds, and then he comes on in the back end even stronger. So why I'm weakening. So I understand where he's coming from with that, man. It's experience, man.
It's great insight and good to hear from you about what it was like to be in there with one of the greatest, Manny Pacquiao.
But that's what he felt too, being in the ring with Lomachenko.
You know what you and Dre always talked about was how...
I miss Dre. What's up, Dre?
I know, we sent him a big shout out.
Man.
But you know what? It's like the mental pressure.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's what Ortiz felt against Loma and then what you described against Pacquiao. And here we go again.
Good job. Go.
He didn't hit him, but good job, nothing. He hit him once.
No, but you're right. The mental pressure that goes along with it. It does affect you. And it's just not in the ring. It's even the lead up. The lead up, it can affect you. You know, I tell people all the time, like, fights can be lost, like, literally, like, a day before you get in the ring. Like, you could have it all together through the entire week, and then right before you step into that ring, it all goes away. It's like, where did the confidence go? You start doubting yourself. You have to fight that demon all the time. Every minute, every moment until the fight is over with. I'm telling you, it's vicious. Then you get in there, you got to deal with that animal.
Absolutely. And you see, nice combination, and he almost drops him out of the ring, but it was a headbutt that Tim called.
Yeah, it was a headbutt.
My goodness, good thing he didn't fall all the way through. Is there going to be a point deduction? Nope, no point deduction. And just to make it clear, the commission in Texas is not using instant replay tonight, but we have it for our benefit, and we're going to take a look at exactly how it happened, Tim. You called headbutt.
Yeah. You see the double left hand come in, boom, up. Nope, it wasn't a headbutt. Nope.
The physical push,
yeah,
though.
it was a physical push. The heads came together, but see, this is an example of being in the position I am. Woo, see, headbutt almost came together, but it didn't. Thank God for instant replay. But just his momentum coming forward. That was it. Just his momentum coming forward. Look at Christina, our analyst right there.
She almost had to catch somebody today.
She was going to catch him.
It was going to be like a delivery.
And you want to know something? When a fighter does, you can protect yourself, but when a fighter does fall out the ring, you can't help him.
Yes, that's
you
right.
cannot help him get back in the ring.
Second down, let's go, second.
The referee did.
Number 8.
Maybe the only one who can. But he didn't fall completely out of the ring. He was halfway in still, so there's that leeway here as we get into round number 8. An eventful fight, Tim. We've had both fighters hurt. We've got a cut over the bridge of the nose of Moran. Now we've seen him go partially out of the ring after a push. So a lot of action inside this ring. Some of it legal, some of it on the borderline.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Rabbit punching from Ortiz as well. That's disappeared, though, as he found his rhythm.
Yes. Yes, it has. I mean, now he's looking to use a lot of Moran's aggression against him.
Stab jab from Moran. He's not as willing to get in close as he was earlier in the fight,
he's
Tim.
not. I mean, he's trying to adjust as well.
Oh, that's a nice long left. That hurts Moran. And Jermaine Ortiz goes right after him, trying to finish him in that corner. But Moran's got a lot of heart, and he gets clipped once again.
Oh,
now it's a body shot from Ortiz.
That body shot hurt him so bad. Oh.
And a lot of guys can take a shot to the head. It's when you go down to the body that they really ask themselves, do I want to continue?
Body shot sucked the man out of you. I'm not going to lie.
Ortiz is in target practice mode right now. He is locked in and focused.
Yeah, I mean, he's the more technical boxer. His technique, his form is a lot better. You know, he's holding it together really, really well. His position is a lot better. Moran is just coming straight forward, looking for one shot, either the body shot or the right hand, and just right in front of Ortiz. So Ortiz, you're going to see him get off the line and then fire that left hand.
You know that old saying from Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Well, that's exactly what happened with Moran. His plan was working until it didn't, until Ortiz made the adjustment.
Moran got a plan of his own. He landing right hands right now on Ortiz.
Oh, and now there's a cut under the right eye of Jermaine Ortiz.
Ortiz is having to bite down on his mouthpiece right now. Moran's coming now.
That eye has been swelling since early on in the fight. We mentioned it around the second and third round, and now there's a cut under the right eye of Ortiz, and he's going to have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to fight on as the inflammation gets worse. You talk about back and forth action. Just when you think one guy is almost done, the other comes back with a flurry of their own and hurts their opponent. It's been that type of fight between Ortiz and Moran.
And when you have these type of fights, they're really hard to judge.
Absolutely.
They really are. Both guys are landing effective punches.
10 seconds.
What an excellent 8th round we saw, because now it's Ortiz coming on at the clapper. But a nice double right uppercut from Moran, saying, you're not going to steal this round from me. So let's take a look at what we saw in this round as the cut was caused by a punch. First, there was Moran getting hurt.
Straight left hand, just a double jab. Got him looking at the double jab. If you looked at the feet placement right there, it's on the outside of Moran's lead foot. Was able to line up that left hand. Momentum coming forward. I don't know if Moran was really hurt from that shot. I mean, he was buzzed. You see his legs right there give out a bit, but then he comes back on the back end of this round right here with shots of his own coming around the guard right here. And that straight right hand, my goodness. That's where the cut was opened up. Blood started gushing out of that. And just nice follow-up punches right there from Moran. But, man, I'm telling you, guys, these matches tonight are serious.
I'm loving it.
These are some serious matches. They're testing both fighters' skill and will.
And I think we have that throughout the night. Up next, it'll be John Rincon, a fighter out of Corpus Christi, who's 7-0, taking on Puerto Rican Brian Rodriguez. And then an all-Mexico matchup, Omar Aguilar against Julio Luna. That is a fight you won't want to miss. And then we move to ESPN with Emiliano Fernando Vargas, El General, Xander Zayas, and a championship fight between Luis Alberto Lopez and Joet Gonzalez. Action-packed Mexican Independence Day weekend kicks off right now on ESPN+. Ebbs and flows throughout this fight going either way, and it is a close fight. In my perspective, I still think Ortiz has done enough to be slightly ahead, but there's some close rounds here.
Yes, it is. Due to the fact of the punches that Moran was landing, you know, and you saw the impact and the effect of those punches where Ortiz was on his bicycle trying to get away, especially for them body shots early on.
And you know what? How about the recuperative powers that each has shown?
Both, yes. You know, that's part conditioning and that's part will. You know, having mental toughness.
Now Moran feeling a little bit more confident. That may open up opportunities for Ortiz to counter.
It can. It definitely can, but I'm just waiting on Ortiz to land something significant this round as Moran has landed some good right hands. See, shots like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm looking for him to land. Any shots like that. Good body shot.
Jab.
That was a nice stab jab. Yeah.
Nice long left from Ortiz.
To Moran, he can't get away from them with his left hands. He hasn't made any adjustment. He got to get it. He got to try to fight and get his weight outside of that. Move to the weak side of Ortiz. Move away from that left hand. He's moving right into it. There it is again. That's easy taking, easy picking right there from Ortiz. Just setting him up.
He's making Moran do all the work, expend all the energy, and he's just catching him coming in.
Yeah, this is what you call ring generalship right now. This is what you call that. Ring generalship, you're allowing your opponent to come to you. He's being the aggressor, but at the same time, you're being the counterpuncher off the back foot. And this fits into also ring control as well.
Let him go, let him go.
Ring generalship, ring control.
Stop.
And in the criteria of effective aggression.
Listen to me. Don't hold him. Go. Go.
10th round coming up, and eventually at 10 Eastern we'll be moving over to ESPN, where Emiliano El General Fernando Vargas, who sparred with Shakur Stevenson, sparred with Jamel Herring, sparred with our main event fighter Luis Alberto El Venado Lopez, the champions of the world. He'll be in action opening the card, and then our co-feature will be Xander Zayas, putting his 15-0 record on the line as he loosens up inside his locker room, representing Puerto Rico on Mexican Independence Day weekend in a Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry against an opponent who has 20 knockouts in 21 wins. This young man, who signed with Top Rank at age 16, the youngest ever to do it, cannot make a mistake against the powerful Roberto Valenzuela.
Well, here's that left shot right here by Ortiz.
This is it, number 10.
Just rolling his shoulder a little bit to get away from the shots. Nice little nip right there. Nice little grazing blow. Little blade, little braid. Grazing shot. Yeah. See, thanks for helping me out, man. My little word genius.
That you enjoy the action here as we start off the 10th round between Jermaine Ortiz and Antonio Moran. It's not an easy route for either guy.
No, it isn't, but you see You see how comfortable Ortiz looked now, right? You
Yes.
saw in the beginning he was a little bit tentative. He wasn't as comfortable as he is now. Now he's in his element. He's in his rhythm. He sees everything coming. He's felt Moran's best punch. Still not out of the weeds, though. I'll say that until their last bell ring. That's when you're out of the weeds. But man, look at the footwork and spinning around Moran and landing his shots. That's impressive stuff right there.
Don't push him down, okay? Let's go.
Ortiz reverting a little bit to those dirty tactics that he was using early on in this fight. Then he became the technician that we're used to. An excellent performance from Jamaine Ortiz. Had to overcome some adversity during different spells of the fight, but he also caused adversity for Antonio Moran. And he continues to spin and pop here in the 10th round.
You can't do that.
He shouldn't be able to do that.
No, you can't do that. You know.
You know what though? You can if the referee allows you to do
Yeah,
it,
but
unfortunately.
you can't do that.
You shouldn't do that.
No.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yes.
Let him go, let him go.
But he is being allowed to do that tonight. Oh, nice counter right from Ortiz. He made Moran expend all that energy only to be caught by a quick right. You see the fatigue being shown by Antonio Moran, and it's just been an excellent performance from Jamaine Ortiz here down the stretch. The fight is over. Jamaine Ortiz and Antonio Moran went at it for 30 minutes of action here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and they continue to set the bar high for what will be an excellent fight. Let's take a look at some of that action that we saw, Tim, and it was really enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Ortiz back. I mean, it was a good fight. I mean, both fighters are landing really good, solid shots on each other. They hurt each other throughout the course of this fight. You know, Ortiz, a little bit more boxing ability, you know, very athletic, you know, uses skill very well. Switch from southpaw to orthodox to confuse Moran. Moran, you know, he landed some efficient body shots here and there, but, you know, it was really hard for him to make those right adjustments to be able to corner Ortiz and to be able to stop his rhythm, you know, because once Ortiz got going, there was no stopping him, honestly. You know, he's been out of the ring for 11 months. You know, so I'm familiar with the ring for some time, but after 4 rounds, he heated up, and you saw the finish, man. It was a good finish, good, strong finish.
Chris Flores scores the bout 99-91. Robert Hoyle has it 98-92, and Steve Weisfeld has it 97-93. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Jamaine, the technician, Ortiz.
Excellent win for Jamaine Ortiz.
Yes, it was.
11 months away from the ring, and he comes back.